Hello, welcome back to Bean and Nothingness. Alright, it has officially been like I think 3 months since I've last played this game. So let's see how my game knowledge still is, shall we? Okay. Right. Starting off in a 5 bean is probably not going to be the best. But I do know that we only have 3 5 beans left. But I should still have a decent grasp on puzzle elements, so let's try doing another puzzle before going for this one, just so we can do something afresh. 7 beans in a box. There are only 5 beans in this box. Okay, so looks like we gotta blow up this. Roller doesn't seem like it, so it's probably a bomb then, so we probably have to collect both of those. Something has to reach that for some reason and stand there while I walk in. It's really weird that that happens. Also, probably a bucket might have to walk through here to get things out. Except for some reason, it probably can't walk from here, has to go from here. Okay, I'm gonna pick up all these beans first if I still remember how to use them. Okay, Q puts them all down. Numbers, I assume, put them down as well. Yeah, and Q picks them all up. Okay. So we have access to 2 rollers, 2 vines, and 1 bucket. Now vine can actually be used to collect the that. In fact, bucket can also be used to collect that like immediately actually. But I have a feeling that's not going to be what I want. It's tab. Tab is to wait. I could do that. Or I could do this. The bucket can die, but I probably shouldn't. Okay, how would I expect to get something onto that pressure plate? The answer, I think, is roller. Roller here and then rolls in here, but of course I can't do that because how would I get here in time? The roller is going to end up here. So unless something can put something there to block its path, nothing's gonna get over there for real. Vine can't grab from the ends to put something there. Although no, I can't kill the vine. I can't kill the vine without a bomb, right? And I guess interestingly enough, how would I get the bomb to even destroy this? My guess is a piece of fodder over here, but that does require a lot of extra things because I can't push a bomb along this line if I can't put a bomb there at all. So I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Well, we'll figure it out at the end. There are like a lot of problems in this puzzle that I don't entirely know. It could just be a vine here that collects a bomb from this edge, from like this row. That could just be it. Vine here collects bomb that is walking here and then blows itself up, which destroys that. That might be the end goal. So let's demarcate that with a green bean over there. I'm gonna then assume that I'm not gonna have to use that bean because I don't know how I would generate green beans otherwise. Unless that bean's always supposed to be there. Unless you're supposed to be a vine from the very beginning. Which I also don't know how it's, you know, valid. Okay, there's also this space here which is interesting because why does this space exist? Or for me to do something, maybe attract monsters from here or place monsters to attract from here. Very likely a bucket? It's possible it's a bucket. But also pretty not possible if it's a bucket because if I wanted to use fodder, for example, okay, so I don't think I have time. Yeah, you're gonna walk. We're just gonna walk in the water. I don't think I can get you from any further. So okay, that's okay. Another thing I could do is use one of you guys I can use a bucket to send in a bean, which will then be grabbed by the vine. Although how and why would that work, I don't know. I can activate sit monster, but that monster isn't gonna do anything. So what even what even can I do here? I've forgotten all the fancy tricks that I'm supposed to be able to know from the previous puzzles. I've forgotten, honestly. I guess interesting enough, I don't necessarily need to get. No, I do need to get this one because I was thinking you could like. It doesn't bounce off walls, obviously, but if I could get it to move down with the second bean on it, it could just be grabbed by here, by whatever vine is here naturally. But no, I don't think there's any way to move it downwards from this position, so I will need to obtain both beans, I think. Possibly. Okay. Still no idea how to get there. Roller moving in or bucket moving in feels like the only solution that exists. Because we already ruled out... Have we? Have we already ruled out... I think we have. Nothing can cross water. Definitely. Yet. Nothing can cross water yet. Why? Or like how? Well, what can happen is a vine can collect that, can help collect that. So what I'm going to do is restart. Okay, this does not in fact use the rollers or anything, although the rollers could be used as fodder. So wait, this is not what I... No, wait, what? You can collect this, but how do I get it out when you actually collect it? I don't know how I would get it out once you actually collect it. Right? Because once you do, I can't kill you unless I actually have a bomb. Right? Maybe, probably. Maybe I collect this one? But that's not the point. See, okay, I don't know if your range is far enough to collect that. It turns out it's not. But it should be. This is like 8 away, I think. So just putting you here at all. No, you don't even collect that. Wow, you are just too far away. Okay, that is then interesting, I guess. I was trying to use a frozen in motion technique again, if I remember correctly. Frozen in motion. But again, frozen in motion won't work if I can't kill the vine. But I don't necessarily have to use the bomb here, because I could in fact use a frozen emotion with a bomb up there and get a rolling roller to be grabbed by a vine as it is rolling towards this way. Okay, the only issue with that is once it enters here and I walk up, it will kill me. And if I activated it in any other way, I don't think I'll be able to survive the roller being there. Unless I use another vine to just eat it up. Which is entirely possible. But that's a pretty far-fetched solution, if I were to think so myself. It does require the use of 2 vines, that solution. and one roller at least for that solution. And it kind of does work out in terms of spacing. In fact, it barely works out actually, because I can wait here and then I can do this. And then if the vine grabs it at this exact moment, and in fact I can just follow it in here for it to be collected, and I can go under the radar of the vine. The only issue is how would I how would I kill the vine while that occurred? You know what I'm saying? How would I kill the vine while that occurred? I might need to set up a secondary machine to activate the bomb at that moment in time. Or I could just follow you and then, like at this moment, activate the vine at this point and then have it be grabbed and then killed. So like maybe a bomb that is oscillating between these two squares, and then I activate a vine while it is oscillating, causing the bomb to kill the vine as it grabs this. That's possible, if not requiring a lot of timing. That's a game plan, but definitely not as simple as just collecting a bomb here. See, because all of that implies that I can't actually have access to the bomb. But if I put the bomb here at all, okay, I got an idea. I can put a vine there. So, don't activate the vine yet. However, put the vine there. Collect the bean. No. Okay, the guy's duty has been done. See, now this guy will collect, no, not me, that, right? And if it so happened that I was able to enter this area beforehand, that would be very helpful. Okay, so now let's try and use the rollers to help me there. A roller here plus a second roller, actually. Hold on, a second roller? Okay, do you think I have time to activate a second roller? No, but they will clash. Which makes it a bit harder to work with. But a second roller... Yeah, I have to wait one more turn and then they'll both chase me. So I'm one timing off. I'm one move off. Is it possible to save a move there? Possibly. How? See, because what I want to do, not that. I want to be able to use two rollers to get something here. But I don't think it's possible. Unless it is, you know, with the help of like... Oh, wait a minute. With the help of a vine, I can do something like this. Oh, okay. Well, I guess the vine has to be somewhere there first. Okay, place the vine. See, the vine's gonna be a bit annoying though, because the vine's just gonna be kind of in the way. Yeah, in fact the vine has to be like, what, very close to the top, which I wanted to avoid, but I guess we can't. That's okay. This is still a decent idea. So So now, because of that gap up there, this extra piece of water here, I can activate you. I can walk in. It's still an issue though, because number one, how am I getting out? And how am I avoiding that? Couple issues there. I can in fact use this space to make a bucket, but that's not gonna help me. Well, if I made this very slightly further away, I think I would have enough time. I still have one unused red bean that I wonder what that would be for. Yes, but how do I get out now? Might have to use a bean here actually. Yeah, okay. Okay. Couple issues after this. How do I get out? Is the question. This does activate it, so so if I could activate a roller again, that might be interesting. Like from here, you know. So yeah, okay. So okay, before all this, I then place a second bean over here, which will be a second roller. Collect you. Activate this. Now I will get eaten unless you get eaten first. Okay, this does let me pass through, but it's basically the same as putting a red bean there. This does not let me out. It's really bad that it doesn't let me out. But if I could somehow make it through beforehand. So somehow let's say I do this. Okay. I think before I do all this, I should get the roller ready first, because I won't be touching that roll. Okay. Put down a green bean, because I will need it. I'm just using it as fodder at the moment. Okay, see. That's almost excessive. Like I almost... Okay, there is a slight issue with this, is that when I get you up, you're just gonna eat the bean. I can fix that though, by firstly putting a yellow bean there. Oh, you'll take it, okay. Okay, let's do that. You will take it away. That's an issue. And I can't even make a bomb because putting another bean in your path will just cause you to take that bean. Maybe I should have collected this yellow bean first then. Or maybe I should. Okay. So beforehand, I just collect the yellow bean. Okay, collect the yellow bean. Bucket can go away now. Activate you because I realized I wouldn't have had enough time to do so. Actually, I think I would have enough time to do so. Just keeping it safe here. Use another one of these. And in fact, once I kill you, I will have that bean back. Oh my goodness! Wait, hold on. This feels like it might be something. Hold on, I wasted time there. Okay. I can get out again. You will be eaten, which means... Okay. And we have all these beans to work with, which I said is something that we wanted. Oh no, that is not something I wanted. This requires another bomb. Doesn't it? It does. Ah, but this is kind of close though. See, now I'm missing a green bean. So how do I kill you? How do I kill this? I can't. And how far is your range actually? Yeah, your range actually just barely hits this, which I think was intended. How can I use this to my advantage? Well, what I can do is put the roller, I'll put the vine down a bit. How would that be useful though? Wouldn't do anything at all. Yeah. I feel like we're kind of close though. We just need to be able to save a bean here. So the only issue is that after this point, I can't save myself. Yeah, I can't save myself at this point. I have to sacrifice a bean of some sort. But it can't be green because if it were green... I need to be on the other side of the thing. Okay, if we were even further down, would I be able to save it? I think I am still missing one turn. Like, okay. One here, one here. Okay. No, I would not see because I'm further away. Because I'm further away now, it takes more time for me to get there. And if it takes more time for me to get there, it doesn't change anything about how fast I can get back out. Because I'm further away. I have to be closer to the entrance while the vine is further away from it. That just does not feel possible. Yeah, what? I mean, I'm trying, but this is the only solution I have so far. Yeah, it doesn't actually solve it, does it? Unless I sacrifice something. Like a blue bean, but I need that blue bean, don't I? I need it. I feel like I'm decently close here to what I think is the solution. Just need to work out a very small problem, which is how to get in and out without having to sacrifice a bean. The bucket doesn't really receive much use, which is interesting. I don't know if it's supposed to be used more than it is. I can't use the bucket as a blocking thing though, which is an issue. Because if I could, I would, but I can't. Although maybe I can. Okay, here's a question. Can you hold on. Can you grab monsters through buckets? Because I know you can collect beans through buckets. How about monsters? No, actually, can you collect beans through buckets? Can you? I know you can. Oh, you can't. Those are clouds. Those are not vines. Vines cannot do anything above buckets. They can only collect out of buckets. Yeah. However, buckets can block, which is interesting. The only issue is that also similarly sacrifices. That also sacrifices, but it saves on one. Ah, does it save? It doesn't save. Or does it? It might. It might help. It might help. So what I think I'm going to be doing is this, as expected. Should probably put the vine there first. The vine can go here, I know that. Okay. Now roller goes up there. I should probably put a second roller as well, just so I can use it in case I need to. I'll change it if I don't. So now I can place a thing here. However, the difference is I can form the bucket now, and that forms a stable blockage, which means that the roller survives. Firstly, the roller survives. I don't know what to do then. I don't know what to do next, because that requires the bucket. Once I push the bucket away, then things happen. Still. Useful, but pretty hard to deal with, because now the bucket only helps once. And I don't have the access to the other bucket. Am I close? This is what I did just now, but am I close? I don't know if I'm close. Like, I actually don't know if I'm close or not. I don't think I am, but I feel like I'm getting closer, because I'm saving more and more each time, but they're all adding up to so little it's not helping me save anything at all. I need to save one blue bean. There are a lot of problems with this setup currently that I need to fix. The bucket positioning, the vine positioning, yeah. So at least I've gotten in. How do I get out? Is the question. I guess. Oh no, the vine itself could just collect a bean from here. Maybe a bucket brings the yellow bean over and then the vine collects it? I wouldn't expect that to activate the I wouldn't expect that to activate the I wouldn't expect it to activate the thing, cause yeah, that's the arm counts as a floating projectile. Yeah, and if beans don't activate it, the yeah, it won't be activated. It has to be a real animate being, like a roller. And it can't be a bucket because buckets don't get sucked in. If I set up another roller here, then theoretically I could make it out because the roller will get eaten by the thing, but how do I get out of that? So yeah, question is, if I set up another roller here, how to get out of it? You would get eaten up, as expected. But now how to get out? Because I don't have another roller. So that positioning is fine. What positioning is not fine is... Oh, whoa. That? Not necessarily ideal positioning. That was pretty interesting. What happened there? Yeah, again, not helping. Again, I have to get the vine to just not eat me here, and everything will be okay. Not true though, because the vine is still in the way. But you know. Okay, question. If the vine was here, and by vine I mean one green bean, is its range enough? Its range is not enough to hit here, which is interesting. I feel like my ideas are so... They're there, they're just not there enough. They're just not there enough. I'm always one shot. I'm actually not necessarily always one shot, because we still have a lot of things to deal with after. Like getting the vine to not be a nuisance. I tried killing the vine, right? That gave me what? 2 greens and 2 reds, which is basically identical to what I have at the very beginning. So I can say with definitively that is not the answer. Okay, well, what is? I have to get something in. I have to get something in. How's that? How is that helpful? Question, answer is I don't know. Okay, well, both rollers are there now. How is that useful for me? It is not, because that roller is going to block my way. 7 beans. I mean, it is 7 beans because we count the 2 yellows. And by box. Is this a hint? I have 0 hints. Do you think the Steam community has made a hint tab? Let's go to oh, they just have solutions. They don't have hints. It is quite a shame though. Oof. Oh. 7 beans in a box seems like a candidate for the hardest puzzle in the game given what I've heard from people. Uh-oh. I honestly did not know. Okay. I'm gonna go look through some stuff. Yeah, you need to grab these dinos with the vine, but how can you stop the vine from grabbing you? You need to walk past the vine multiple times as you lure out all those chasey. Okay, I don't even know if this is the right puzzle. Is it? Oh, friendly neighbors. Never mind. The other roadblocks is 7 beans in a box, which has a screenshot of the solution in this channel, but doesn't look like any different from what I tried to punch. Major sticking point is that one is the switch. May I activate it, grab the yellow bean, and come back using the 2 dinos, which yes, I am stuck on. The main problem is being able to grab the other yellow bean on the docks and having the time to make it back. The switch is nasty, okay? You clearly need to use the vine to grab the dino, but we're never on the right side when we provoke the second one. Okay, yeah, that is correct. And obviously, we can't waste the yellow bean we got from the bucket to distract the vine to allow us to be. Yes, that is true. So, you are correct that the switch needs to get activated twice. You are correct that you need to distract the vine between the 2 activations. Presumably, the bucket has a more purpose than just nabbing the yellow bean in the goop. Is it correct to assume that one vine needs to be placed in the southern section of the stage to pull dinos downwards, while the other is placed on the vertical strip towards the boulder, eventually pulling the bomb into it and blowing it up? That is what I said, right? Yeah, that is what I guess the solution would have been. Releasing the real sticking point is the distraction though. Dino switch, then distraction, then dino switch. That is also what I tried, right? I used a blue bean as a distraction. Whenever we don't have enough beans at all though. I just like utilize the bomb in any fashion at the top of the level, and yet I get the impression that might not be true at all. Both assumptions about vine placements are correct. Okay, so I was right about that. I probably should be making more use of the popular spoiler function. Okay, wow. Makes sense regarding the vine placement. Pretty easily eliminate the possibility of vine pulling dinos horizontally. Okay. The bucket, I imagine, is also used by pushing it north to nab the yellow bean. Maybe dropping off a red seed somewhere as well. A red bean. That's how they envision where we've tried it a bit, and it doesn't seem to hold the answer to the elusive distraction. Not very sure about the exact vine placement either. 5 or 6 spaces below the button both seem valid. I think the especially frustrating thing is that we're pretty sure on everything that needs to be done outside how to pull off the part that involves the switch. overlooking something very they feel like they're overlooking something very obvious. Yeah, they make pretty cool. Okay. What's SSR stand for? I don't know what SSR stands for. If you still need a hint, 1. Doesn't matter how the bucket is used. Presumably as more person than just nabbing. Is certainly a good question. Okay, so that prompts me to think more about the bucket. How else could the bucket be used? If your answer is more than just nabbing the yellow, I have a few options. It could be a horizontal movement to put the yellow in that spot. But how would I then reuse it if it's just going to fall into the water? Secondly, I could in fact push in a bean. And that is very interesting. So interesting that if I were to transfer in a red bean in here, I would be able to get a yellow bean out, right? Because yeah, the yellow bean doesn't do anything. Okay, so there's one yellow bean done. I can collect that red bean, which may be usable as a distraction. There are a few problems with that though, because I no longer have a red bean to activate the switch once I'm done. I can use it as a distraction, but nothing will activate the switch, which is an issue. So, okay, let's not activate that yet. But I haven't tried this, and it seems like it might be a good idea to see what happens here. Although I can already guess that this might not actually work, because I can do that. Actually, I can't do that. I really can't. I'm still out of time, am I not? I have the bomb now, but once again, yeah, see, so that does what I thought it would have done, but again, I'm not on the right side. If I were here while I got the bomb to roll towards me, that would solve the puzzle. But how? Oh, wait a minute. Hint number 2. But maybe the better question would be, does it matter when the bucket is used? Oh, that is a very interesting hint. Because I've always assumed that using it first is best because it's not going to hinder of anything. But maybe it helps something. Like, okay, why would it matter when the bucket is used? How would I activate the bucket from in here? I can't activate it from here because there's no way to put a bucket here that I can access. I can put a bucket here. But when? Okay, there's a bunch of hints down there if I ever need them, but I am very intrigued by that question of when the bucket is used. How does that matter, and in what case would it matter? I therefore assume that we're not using it immediately. But at what point in this area am I able to activate the bucket? I can put a roller here to act as a blocker so that a bucket can be pushed over. Now see, that doesn't help because we assumed that you would need to grab this with a bucket. So how does a verticality help? The verticality, yeah, so now the question is, how can I activate the bucket at any other time? Right? I can stand here, but that doesn't help. However, a roller vertically moving can activate a bucket at the right time. No idea how that would aid me, but it could. Okay, so let's try that. Let's try setting up something like that. We're gonna ignore all our am I able to get out of this area in time first. So obviously I can't do this. Oh, never mind. Look at that. That does do it. And in fact, I could just swap the positions of this and this to make it less annoying. And in fact, this acts as a permanent permanent back and forth. Is that useful? Why am I right about what the solution of the two vines being here is right though, which is really weird because this vine actually blocks off this area. So how am I supposed to get rid of that? Also, you are just gonna kill me when I walk out, so I don't think this is valid. Although this is a very interesting idea that I could probably employ. There are a few problems with that, which is okay, yeah, that's not gonna work. That's why I wanted it to be the other way around, so that you wouldn't be grabbed out. Although look at this. Oof. Maybe I'm one off. I'm not one off. Although that is very interesting that now it is being grabbed. It does allow me to get out. There are, in fact, a couple problems with this though. Like that. This does deal with when, but I still don't see how it works. The boy seems like he has with the other puzzle. Then when will be in conjunction with the rest of the button madness, I presume. Likely serving as a distraction needed to not waste any of the precious resources, but if so, that's the only way that will work is using a red bean, which you'd have to shoot before it gets eaten. And then you'd actually need to find a way to move the dino over for that second button press, which doesn't seem possible. Having both vines active at once doesn't seem to make a difference either. Lots that needs to be done in a short time, that's for sure. Do the vines need to be positioned in such a way that the leftmost one takes whatever the other nabs? Does the bucket need to be carrying anything before being pushed? Is the vine below the button 5 or 6 spaces under? So at this point, I'm able to work out the best thing to provide an immediate answer. It's just so complex that most of the answers provided have just been clarification on things we've assumed. For the most part, not to say that a lot of information has been provided. I'm just a total loss on how to proceed with my desire to subtly provide hints, as need be when we're both absolutely at wit's end. You'll need to pull a roller across the switch, go in, have a vine be distracted by something, then pull another chassis, which is a roller, across the switch to leave. The thing the vine is distracted by is not either of the rollers. Okay, I guess we're going with that path now. It is not the other green bean. It is not either of the yellow beans. Recall that if you shoot a bean while a vine is holding it, and that bean is a recipe, it makes it the relevant monster. Okay, how does this work at all with the when does the bucket do that. As it turns out, they ended up solving it. Okay. I guess they just ended. Oh, alright. I guess that's the last of those hints then. They solved it eventually. I am not solving it just yet. Vine is not distracted by either of the rollers. Okay. It says that if you shoot a being while the vine is holding it, the bean is recipe and it makes a resident monster. It is not a roller though. It is not a green bean, and it is not either of the yellow beans. Doesn't that mean that it would be the bucket? That was my guess, wasn't it? Putting a bean here and then going in and then activating it. But it doesn't work because how would the bean nab this? Right? That was my, I mean, would have been my guess, but as it turns out, it does not actually work. But if you're talking about that, right? I mean, that just kills it, but this does something. It does something useful, which I already did before. There are a few problems with this though. Is that number one, bucket can't get that. Number two, this vine is holding me in. And I can't move the bucket away so that the roller gets eaten. If the roller did get eaten, that wouldn't have been much difference anyway. But it appears to me that the bucket is the one being okay. Question. Okay, you collect that first, okay? Now what if I put you further away? Which you do grab. I do know that you grab from that distance. You do grab that first. Yeah, the only issue is I can't activate that blue bean now. No, there's nothing wrong with not activating the blue bean. Hold on. Because I can do... can do this. Oh! Hold on. I'm one off, see. Now that bucket might be in a decent spot, but now I'm once again not cleared to go in. I'm so close, but no. Is it a vine with vine interaction that I'm missing? I just don't want to talk about vines with vines as an issue. I don't want to talk about vines fighting beans from other vines, although that may or may not be necessary. In fact, can vines infinitely fight each other if I positioned it right? If I position them right. Okay, you guys can stop fighting, please. Yeah, see. I need that. It was very interesting that that happens. It's just, can I sustain that fight? Can I sustain this sort of fight? Or does it eventually end? Yeah, okay, it eventually ends there. If I position it better though. Yeah, no, it also eventually ends. But it eventually ends in a very interesting way, which is that probably, likely, that possibly gives me enough time. There are a few issues, I'd say, with that. Which is, okay, don't do that first. Okay, you can stop doing that, dude. I don't know about this. My last attempt would be to move everything up by 1. But I don't see how that fixes it. Besides maybe the fact that, I don't know. What would fix it? I really don't want to do this sort of thing though. Okay, dude, you can't stop doing that. Yeah, I'm just gonna win this fight because I have to like wait, sort of, but I can't wait, sort of. Yeah, I don't think this is viable. And I don't think this is viable because it's just too unstable. It is this system is just too unstable. You can't have it just be there always. Well, this is definitely a puzzle. Now I'm being told it's the hardest puzzle in the game for like this world at the very least. Well, we might as well just try the next few puzzles during the next few episodes. Oh well. If anything, I might as well just like have this be a bonus episode because I didn't do anything this episode. So yeah, just gonna be we'll see how it goes. But either way, hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.